Hi friends and welcome. This is Mike from EZPZ Spreadsheets, and today we're going to go over an introduction video to the EZPZ Premium 2018 for Excel. This introduction video will just go over each of the elements within the spreadsheet, and just to give you an idea what it is, if you haven't used EZPZ before, or you're looking at different business trackers and so forth. I think one thing you'll find out about EZPZ is it's not your usual spreadsheet. It runs more like a program. It just happens to run in Excel. So with that, let's get into each of the tabs. This is usually the start screen you'll see. So you can X out or hit OK. This is the first screen you see when you first open up the product. There are 3 modules within the actual spreadsheet, depending on what you want to track. If you want to track everything, all your inventory, all your sales, all your inventory receipts, line item sales, everything. If you want to get into that amount of detail, which gives you that amount of analysis, this is the one for you. And this is the first one. The second one is for tracking your deposits. All your tracking is just money in, money out, giving you the information you need to fulfill your profits and losses and complete your IRS tax filing at the end of the year. The third one is also the same. It tracks money in and money out, but it does it through your blessed sales, and you're taking the export file from bless from your sales. And then just importing it into here, and then it tracks everything for you. You'll enter in a few other things like expenses and so forth, but at the end of the day, it's the same information that you'll see if you were to do 1 or 2. So this is the first screen. All you have to do then is select which one you want. The spreadsheet will set itself up for you, and then from there, you'll run that module that you want to use. So this is the table of contents, or the home screen for the first module, and that's the full EZPZ sales module. Again, pop-ups, order manager, receipts manager, sales, and so forth. So it's everything that you need. If you did flagship 2017 last year, this is the version just rolled into 2018. This is the home screen for the receipts and deposits module. Again, not so many things to track as far as sales. So, inversely, that means there's less data to enter. So for those of you who, don't need to enter in all that data, this is a spreadsheet that's available for you. It tracks your bonuses and your deposits into one tab, and that's where you get your revenues from. This one is the third version. That's the blessed sales. Again, because you're importing a lot of the data, you'll use the blessed sales tab and a couple others. But as far as getting information in, there's even less data to enter in this one as well. So very simplified. It's again, it's optionality. So you have the option of 3 different spreadsheets all in one. So and you can go back if you want to. Track your business data, but then, for like last year's data or in the future, you can just download a blank spreadsheet, and then you'll have a spreadsheet that you can use. This is just the end user license agreement. Just be sure to read it once you get the spreadsheet open, and then that you can from there. This is the products master. This is your master list. So all of your products will go here. This is where you manage your products. This is where you manage the valuation. You set the price and so forth. Style code is the one that you will use throughout the rest of the spreadsheet. Pretty intuitive. And there's a tab a little bit later on that helps you create and remember what your codes are, based on style and size. The inventory summary has some examples in here. Let me click a button to get off of it. So again, this is your products list that draws from your products master, and then it will tell you all the information you need as far as like what's in stock, what should I be ordering. I want to track my physical count. How many pieces I have in stock, what's the valuation of my stock, and then you can do some cool functions as to like create orders based on what you see here in the inventory summary. So pretty cool tab here, a lot of information as far as inventory tracking. Again, this will be only in the EZPZ sales module. A monthly inventory count is important, particularly if you choose the second two modules, the blessed sales or the receipts and deposits. Having monthly counts is important because things like cost of goods sold is dependent on inventory levels. Other things like that is dependent upon having good inventory counts. So since you're not tracking line by line inventories in the first module, you'll still need a way of tracking a lot of your inventories in the second two. So this is a worksheet that you can enter in your inventory from here. This is a receipts manager. This is for off types of receipts. This would be things like if you placed an order from another retailer and you bought it retail price rather than wholesale. If you get back orders in, if you get a back order shipment and like 10 days later you get those items, this is where you would enter those in. So kind of an off book or off routine type of receipts. The wholesale manager is brand new for 2018. This would be for a lot of wholesale transfers. So if you're doing swaps or wholesale buys from other retailers, if you're selling to other retailers at wholesale price, or you're just transferring, if you pull inventory for you, so you get a big shipment in and then you pull a couple items for yourself, that you would manage it here, and then doing other inventory stock adjustments as well. The inventory and receipts tracking is your general ledger for receipts. It's just whenever you receive any type of inventory in or wholesale transfers out, this is where this would be tracked. It's line by line. Nothing gets deleted. It just continues to add upon itself. So it's just kind of your general ledger. One thing to note on the right hand side here is the two most important inventory counts you would ever do. If you don't do monthly inventory counts, you must do end of year counts. Those are absolutely important, particularly when you get to doing your taxes and getting the cost of goods sold calculation done for your tax returns. Inventory purchases, again, another general ledger, and it just tracks the money that you're spending to purchase inventory. This is a common tab for all three of them. It's important to have inventory purchases. Back orders and missing items lists. If you receive back orders or you're missing items, you can track those here, and it will help you remember, okay, what inventory do I have back ordered? Has this been resolved yet? And so forth. The order manager is what you will use to help you order your inventory. There are three of them here, and they're all designated by color, so pink, blue, and orange. You would build your order here, style codes, the quantity that you need, and the quantity you actually ordered. And then once you receive it, you would type in the quantity you receive, and then you would transfer the data, and it would kind of like disseminate itself all over the rest of the spreadsheet. So like inventory purchases, receipts, back orders if there's any. So it's kind of like a gathering point, a data manager, and then from there it will transfer all of the individual parts of the data throughout the rest of the spreadsheet. Really cool to help you generate costs too. It's almost like it can be used as a model, because as you're building the order, it will tell you the cost of the item based on what you set in the products tab, and then you can kind of like, okay, well, this order will be $800 or $1,000, and so you can prepare yourself for that order. There are several profits and losses for each module, so I'll kind of skim through quickly over these, but each module will have its own P&L sheet, and each one will have its own Schedule C template. So this is the one for the EZPZ sales module. It's based on gross sales, the bonus payments and other stuff. So it really just depends on your revenues. So Schedule C template for that. Here's the P&L for the receipts and deposits, and again, the revenues are a little bit different. Again, a Schedule C, and then a third P&L for if you use the Bless method, exporting your data from Bless, and then again another Schedule C. When you choose your module at the start screen, you won't see the other two. They are there, but they will kind of hide themselves, so you won't even see those other P&Ls and Schedule Cs and a bunch of other tabs once you choose a module. So it's kind of like the entire spreadsheet is built for all three, and then the optionality is once you choose, it kind of compresses itself into what you need and only what you need. Deposits tab, this is a common sheet that you will use. If you use the receipts and deposits module, the second one, you will have to enter in all of the receipts, as in sales receipts. So money in, cash check, credit card. So it kind of reads a little bit like the Bless transfers to your retailer card. If you are using the other two modules, you'll still need to enter in things like bonuses, shipping, processing fees. That's another one because that's an expense. You'll want to enter that here as well. Okay, so if you're using the EZPZ sales module, this is the one you'll probably see the most. This is the pop-up managers. It really has all of the information that you need to run a pop-up. It generates the general information for the pop-up. It generates your, you'll track your sales by customer. You can apply discounts here. If you want to track sales tax, that availability is there, but you will have to enter in the percentage yourself. The spreadsheet won't be able to track individual sales tax percentages based on state. It's just a little bit too complex for this type of spreadsheet. But you can apply purchases towards hostess rewards. You can set a hostess. You can set what those rewards will be based on your shop and your personal preferences of your shop. And then again, it can tell you what the hostess has earned throughout the party as you enter in your data, and then customer order status information as well. Further down, whoops, a little far, here we go. As you are selling items, it can also build a reordering worksheet for you as well. So if you do replenishment ordering after each party, you can actually see what you've sold by style and size, and then you can set the amount that you want to order into your next build order as well. So cool function with 2018 is, as I go through here, there are 6 pop-up managers for you to use. So you can have 6 open pop-ups at any given time. I think last year in 2017 there were only 3, so I've doubled it for this year. Sales tracking, this is your general sales ledger. You will see it just continues to build as you add more sales. The pop-up managers will transfer their data into the sales manager, and you'll continue to build sales after sales after sales. So you can see every sale that you've made based on line item, and you can see the customer. So lots of good information there. You won't see the sales tracking in the receipts and deposits module or the Bless sales module. This is just for the EZPZ sales module. The nice part about the sales is, even though you don't see it a lot, it's there, and it's under your control. So if you have an issue and you need to change the information or delete information or add information, you can manually do that here. So it's not like it's a locked down ledger or a database. It's fully under your control, and you can make changes as you see fit. Okay, so if you use the Bless sales module, this is the one you use for Bless. All the headers across the top are the same as that CSV file that you download. So all you would need to do is download the CSV file, copy the information, and paste it here. Once you've pasted it, then the spreadsheet will be able to pull your sales information for you. New for 2018 is the returns manager. So if you use the EZPZ sales module, you can generate returns if a customer does a return much easier here. This also includes exchanges. So if they have a size that's too big or too small and they get a different size, you can issue an exchange from here as well, and it'll do that for you. It was a little harder to do in 2017 because you had to there was a lot of manual adjustments, stuff like that. So this is a really cool feature for 2018, being able to manage and track your returns. This one is your general ledger. So anytime you issue a return or you issue an exchange, these will be issued. These will show up here. So at the end of the year, you can look back and see, okay, what returns did I do? Who is returning items? A lot of information that you can get from there as well. The pop-up tracker, as you issue pop-ups or you complete pop-ups within the pop-up managers, that there's information about the general pop-up itself that will transfer here as well. So again, it's awesome analysis of your data. Like, okay, so what pop-ups are doing well? What type of pop-ups are doing well? What's the profit? What are my profit margins looking like, and so forth. So you can definitely get a lot of information from that as well. New for 2018 is this IPA goal tracker, your income producing activities. If you're a person who likes to set your goals for a month, maybe you're trying to cruise qualify at the $12,000 in sales, or if you have lower or higher goals, this will give you the information and the ability to track your months as you go along. So again, every time you complete a pop-up, information from that pop-up will go here, and then it will start to build. So on the right, you set your goal, and it'll tell you how many IPAs you recorded for the month and the sales for that month. And then it'll tell you, like, okay, how much you still need to achieve your goal. You can set how many IPAs that you plan on doing for the remainder of the month, and it'll tell you, like, okay, based on that, you should average this amount per IPA. So it kind of helps you set your goals and helps you achieve your goals, by individual IPA and on a monthly basis as well. Customer tracker. If you do a loyalty program, you can set, buy 10, get one free. You just enter a customer name here, and it'll go back into the sales ledger, and it'll look for that name, and it'll tell you, okay, how many pieces they purchased, how much they've spent. You can actually type in a customer name, and as long as it matches exactly with what you entered in the sales ledger, it can kind of build a line item list here for you as well, as to here's what they purchased, here's the styles they like, and so forth. So cool feature for that as well. Credits. So if you issue credits or gift certificates or Lula Cash or anything like that, you can track those here. As you redeem them in pop-ups, it will give you the balance remaining as well, and then you can kind of track, what credits am I giving, who am I giving them to, how much is left, so you don't not lost as far as your credit base. Discounts tracker, and this is just anytime you issue a discount in a pop-up manager, whether it be a partial discount, a percentage discount, a full discount, anything. It just gives you an idea of what the number of discounts that you are issuing throughout the year. Items withdrawn, this is the ones that you pull for your personal use. So say you get a shipment in and you keep an Amelia or you keep a Carly. So that is what you will track, and then at the end of the year, that will actually help you. It's a kind of a deduction for your tax return, because it's for marketing, and as the retailer, you do get the right to keep some of your inventory as well. So this is a new item for 2018, but this was definitely one that was needed. Also new for 2018, the tracking your shipping and handling fees. So in the past, in 2017 and older, the fees were tracked kind of elsewhere, maybe in sales. I moved it here, so it kind of gives you an idea of the fees that you're collecting from customers throughout the year, because those fees, while they are part of your sale, there's a different type of revenue. So it was good to track them separately. This is a carryover from past years. Draw a winner, enter names, and you click on the button, and it will randomly select a winner for you. This is straightforward. Your business expenses, the date, the category. The categories are based on the IRS categories in your Schedule C, description, expenses, and so forth. So this is just a running ledger that you will fill in as far as what expenses your business is using throughout the year. Again, another carryover from last year, your mileage expenses. So it helps you build a mileage log. There are deductions available for your tax return here. The same with the home business. You can set information here, and then as you give it to your tax pro or your CPA, they can help you build a home office deduction on your return as well. Okay, the last couple here, the coding tab is that one I talked about earlier in the very beginning. It's helping you, what are your codes that you're going to use. This is only a worksheet. This doesn't set any of your data. This is just kind of to help you understand the coding that is used throughout the spreadsheet. Style coding, pop-up coding, and stuff like that. One thing to note is new from last year is that the pop-up codes now use 3 digits or 3 letters rather than 2. This was to help differentiate between like a Facebook Live or a Facebook album. Those two different types of sales. If you use the EZPZ sales module, there is sales analysis available, so it can tell you how many items you've sold per month, what type of items you're selling per month, what sizes you're selling, what revenues you're looking at. So lots of good information available to you as you're tracking your sales along the way. And then new for this year is you do have the ability to set your categories in each of the graphs as well. So as you see a couple of these graphs here, you can see these boxes are in gray, and you can set the categories based on a drop-down box there. So if there are categories you don't want to use or do want to include, you can set those as well. So a lot of control that you have the ability to use. The reference tab is your general references. This is one of the first tabs you'll want to go to, but it'll set things like how much should I, estimate and set aside for income tax return. What is the cents per mile? If you have a wholesale discount, you can apply that there. If not, you can just set it to 0. You set your year here and a couple other information there as well. And with that was the last tab in the video. I hope this was a good introduction video, just kind of a brief overview of the entire spreadsheet, the entire program of what it does. Just some closing thoughts here is, I really built 2018 with a focus on optionality and control. So it really gives you the control to be able to handle your business data and finances as you want to. The different modules are available. You can go as detail oriented as you want with EZPZ sales, or you can go as minimalistic and more finance oriented with the other two. So again, the optionality is there. You can choose which one you really want to use and then run with it from there. And you don't have to buy 3 different spreadsheets. It's all one spreadsheet available to you. Hope you like this video. There will be many more videos. I will go into each of the individual tabs in depth. So definitely keep an eye on the website, YouTube, Facebook, all social media for those videos to drop as well. Thanks again, and I hope you enjoyed going over this overview with me.